They're not in good spirits. Nearly 30 schoolgirls have been hospitalized with anxiety attacks after allegedly playing with the Ouija boards at their school in Colombia. There are 28 possible cases of anxiety in school students, said Hugo Torres, head of the Galeria's educational institution in Galerias, where the incident took place. According to the outlet, alarm bells went off after the girls reportedly suffered signs of fainting, anxiety, and other symptoms at school. They were subsequently admitted to a municipal hospital, accompanied by parents and school faculty. Info on the student's diagnosis has yet to be released. However, many parents blame the in-school use of Ouija boards. And I might pronounce this wrong, but a Jumanji-esque pursuit that uses a slider pointer to spell out messages in a mysterious way, created in the U.S. in 1886. The Ouija boards have become a fixture in cult lore due to allegedly having the ability to communicate with the dead. And I don't know why they say allegedly, because they definitely can communicate with the dead. Okay, and then we get this disturbing photo of this man carrying out one of the girls who is fainting. Okay, this is one of the girls who's clearly fainting in his arms, and this is at least what it looks like. You know what I mean? Like allegedly, I guess, allegedly fainting, but clearly she's fainting in his arms and having that anxiety attack, and he's carrying her out of the school building. It appears to be okay, or carrying her, to the municipal hospital or wherever these kids have been brought to. All right. Which it says they were brought to a municipal hospital. Okay. So yeah, we get that disturbing picture right there. And honestly, I'm not mostly surprised. Like, the event that happened itself is not what is surprising me. These events that happen, these don't surprise me. The biggest thing that surprises me is the fact that these events are happening, right? 28 girls, right? Let me read that headline for y'all again. Nearly 30 schoolgirls have been hospitalized with anxiety attacks, okay, after playing with the Ouija boards at their school. Okay, so the fact that happened is not the most shocking part. That is shocking, but that is not the most shocking part to me. The most shocking part to me is that we have so many stories like this, and not only this, so many other stories like this, right? But we don't have any scientific confirmation of demons existing or an afterlife or anything like that. If you actually look into it, science will tell you that there has been no confirmation of demons' existence, and there has been no confirmation of an afterlife, and that they cannot confirm the existence of demons or an afterlife. Yet events like this clearly contradict that notion and that line of thinking. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, we get so many events like this, especially another event like I talked about in my Playboy Cardi video, like the Gary, Indiana Hell House. Okay, we get so many events like this in the Gary, Indiana Hell House. All right, and if y'all don't know what happened in the Gary, Indiana Hell House, I explained it in the Playboy Cardi video. Basically, a man brought like fingernails, underwear, like some girls' fingernails, a boy's underwear, a bunch of crazy weird things. He brought it and then he buried it in this under this house called the Gary, Indiana Hell House, and then he conjured up this demon called Matt. And the Matt demon was literally making kids run up walls backwards, scaring the doctors in the hospital, bro, and the nurses. The doctors and the nurses reported this. You cannot make this up, okay? This Matt demon, he followed the police to their homes. This is why the police even admitted it, because the police don't care about you, okay? The police will only admit something if it's like affecting them directly. If it's just like a kid who has schizophrenia, they won't admit that that's actually demons in that kid's head making him have schizophrenia. You know what I mean? They won't tell them that. They'll let them think that it's something else, or that it's just the clinical diagnosis. You know what I mean? But if their demons are attacking them at their own house, they admitted it. They admitted it in this Gary, Indiana Hell House case, because the demons were attacking them at their house. It followed them home. Okay? There's footage of this and everything. I'm not making this up. You know what I mean? And so, it's crazy that we have so many cases like this, like the Gary, Indiana Hell House, and then this case where the schoolgirls were been hospitalized after anxiety attacks after playing with the Ouija boards. But science will tell you otherwise. Science will tell you that, no, this isn't true. Science will tell you that they can't confirm the existence of these things, and that, these are merely hallucinations. You know what I mean? And things that are just in our mind, things that we're making up due to stress. Okay? This is the type of nonsense that science will try to pass off to us. And this is why I say scientists don't care about you. You know what I mean? We have so much science in so many fields, okay? We have scientists, we have astrophysicists like Neil deGrasse Tyson, who talk about things that are thousands of light years away from this planet, that are never coming here, that are never, you know what I mean? These things are thousands of light years away, a lot of these things. You know what I mean? We're focused on things that are thousands of light years away from here, nowhere near here, never reaching here. You know what I mean? Things that might never reach here. But we don't have any real science or any type of scientific category or scientific research on these type of things, on Ouija boards, people dying, like people being hospitalized with anxiety attacks, not dying, but being hospitalized with anxiety attacks after playing with Ouija boards, and kids running up walls backwards from the Gary, Indiana house, things like that. Why don't we have anyone looking into that? I think I know why. I think it's because the elites or whoever is running this world, they don't want us to know the depth and the reality of how real the existence of demons is and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And like selling your soul and all this stuff. You know what I mean? All this stuff, the afterlife, all that stuff. They don't want you to know about all that stuff, because if you don't know, if you're ignorant, then you're easily controlled. Okay? If you're living in bliss because of your ignorance, then you're easily controlled. And it's just like, basically, what if demons are manipulating our minds? What if demons are doing way more to us than we think? Like, personally, I believe a lot of killers, a lot of people like that, people with schizophrenia, a lot of psychopaths, a lot of people like that, you know what I mean? People who do crazy things like that, massacres and stuff like that. A lot of those people, I think demons are telling them to do that stuff, you know what I mean? And it's not like the demon is literally manifesting in front of them. Like, you got to be logical here. Think logically. The demon is manipulating their thoughts, okay? It's invading their thoughts. It's invading their mind and feeding them thoughts that are evil and you know what I mean, and sadistic, and all these type of thoughts that it's feeding them, and it's convincing them that this is the right way, that this is okay. You know what I mean? Even though they wouldn't think that on their own, but basically it's like manipulating them. It's putting the thought in their mind. And obviously you won't know that. You don't know that unless you already know what I'm saying. Unless you already believe what I believe, you don't know that. Unless you have someone like me to tell you the truth, you're not going to know, okay, no, demons do exist. They have the power to manipulate your literal mind. Okay? They can make you believe that it's okay to murder someone or to do something crazy. You know what I mean? Or they can make you, just like when I said when you're blackout drunk, that's a demon possessing your body. You're not, there's no way you're conscious and your eyes are open and you're walking around and but somehow you're unconscious, but your body's still moving and reacting and your eyes are still open, bro. That's a demon controlling you. That's why people are so aggressive when they're blackout drunk. That's why people have such crazy tendencies when they get drunk, because they're being controlled by demons, bro. Literally. Okay? That's what's happening. And I'm not even a Christian, like, I'm not, a Christian or nothing like that, but I'm gonna just tell you the truth. Like, demons are real. Period. I ain't gonna play that with y'all. It's real. It's real. Be afraid. Don't dabble in the darkness, because you will get hurt, and they can hurt people. Just like you hear about those stories of people like waking up in the bed with scratch marks on their back, like, you know what I mean? Like, they might live in a haunted house and they'll wake up in the bed with a bunch of scratches on their back. Who do you think was scratching them? That was a mat. That was a mat scratching them. You know? And so I actually looked into the anxiety attacks that they're having. I've been ranting a lot, but if you enjoy this video, you'll just keep watching it. So, but I looked into the anxiety attacks that they're having, right? And it said that I looked it up, and it says, what does an anxiety attack feel like? And it says you may have a feeling of impending doom, shortness of breath, chest pain, or a rapid fluttering or pounding heart palpitations. It says these panic attacks may lead to worrying about them happening again and avoiding situations in which they've occurred. And yeah, that makes sense, because if you get some panic attack, especially from some Ouija board demon, like some Zozo or something like that, yeah, you're not going to dabble in that again. You're going to stay away from that, It says some more of the symptoms are sweating, trembling or shaking, chills, hot flashes, etc., okay? So all of these things come from anxiety attacks. I also looked up what triggers anxiety attacks. It says difficult experiences in childhood, adolescence, or adulthood are common triggers for anxiety problems. So these are school girls, okay? So that adds up with this being anxiety attacks. Now, it's funny because people will hear anxiety attack and they'll probably think that it's just something normal, but that doesn't mean it's normal. Just because there's a clinical explanation for what happened here and like how they reacted, that doesn't mean that the demons weren't making them have that reaction. Like the demons caused the anxiety attacks. Don't be an idiot. You know what I mean? I hope I don't have to spell that out for you. Okay. Another thing it says, are anxiety attacks a big deal? It says anxiety attacks can be very frightening and intense, but they're not dangerous. An attack won't cause you any physical harm, and it's unlikely that you'll be admitted to a hospital if you've had an anxiety attack. Okay, so it's funny that they say that, right? Because this exact event contradicts that line of thinking and that notion. And this event actually, like that statement right there actually proves more what I said. Like, okay, demons actually can harm you, because they're saying in most cases an anxiety attack won't cause you any harm and you won't be admitted to a hospital if you've had one. But in this case, with these girls who were dealing with the Ouija board, they were, okay? They were physically harmed. They had to be admitted to a hospital. They were fainting, okay? So this shows that, this brings even more credence to what I'm saying, that the demons, they can't harm you. You know what I mean? They have superpowers, bro. For real. Like what you see in the anime is with demons doing that crazy stuff, that's real. That's all real. Just because you can't see it happening, it's happening to you and you're not noticing it. And well, not to you, but you know what I mean? Like to people. These people who are like crazy psychopaths out in the world, like a lot of these people are influenced by demons, bro. That's why they're not normal. Like they don't, some of them do just have crazy upbringings and some of them are just crazy. Like obviously a lot of people are just crazy, but a lot of them are also influenced by demons. You got to remember that. Okay. And yeah, that's pretty much the video. You know what I mean? Tell me what y'all thought about that. You know what I mean? I thought that was crazy. I know I ranted for a while, but there's a lot I had to tell y'all. There's a lot I had to get off my chest about, you know, I mean, scientists don't care about you. Like, we need science looking into this type of stuff. I think a lot of murders, a lot of crazy stuff that happens out in the world could be stopped if there was more stuff looked into this. And demons are causing a lot more problems in the world than people believe. You know what I mean? People believe that we live in such a regular world. You're so stupid. I can't stress this enough to you, how dumb you are. You know what I mean? I can't believe that you'll see something like this. You'll see something like this with 28 girls in this Ouija board event, and then you'll still be like, oh, it doesn't exist. You're just crazy. Yeah, okay, I'm the crazy person. I'm going off the events that we see in observable reality, yet I'm crazy. No, you're delusional, okay? You're believing in science that has been misleading you. You know what I mean? This misleading, this deceitful science that is telling you that they can't confirm the existence of demons. They can confirm the existence. You know what I mean? They have machines and tools that actually let you hear like ghosts, like you can hear the energy, like you can kind of hear them through these like certain instruments that they have. But it just is what it is. You know what I mean? I don't want to rant about this too long. If you enjoyed the video, like the video. It's nose right here. Link to Patreon is in the description. Support Black independent entrepreneurship. Support the truth. You know what I mean? Support my Patreon. You know, because at the end of the day, I even though I upload YouTube videos or whatever, YouTube can just decide, you know, this content, they don't want the truth out or whatever, or they don't want to promote this content or whatever. You know what I mean? So support independent Black entrepreneurship. Support the Patreon. Subscribe to my Patreon. I have exclusive content on the Patreon. I do patron shoutouts, video requests from patrons. I'll respond to all your comments on the videos on the Patreon, like immediately. Like every comment I'll respond to on the Patreon. Every single one. Okay. I do not respond to a single one. You know what I mean? I read everyone. Yeah, there's just a ton of benefits on the Patreon. Early access content, etc. I mean, the list of benefits is limitless. You know what I mean? It's a long list. Okay, and then I have the God tier, which is basically all my entire catalog of content, as well as all the benefits from the first tier, which is just the critiques and reaction tier, which is an amazing tier too. And then I have the monthly donation tier, which if you just want to donate to me monthly, you can. All right, so yeah, check out the Patreon. You can also DM me on IG for a consultation. I do $250 for an hour-long FaceTime or a Zoom call. And yeah, I'll just teach you how I got to this point where I'm at, how I made 7K last month, you know what I mean? All that stuff. I'll teach you how to make money online passively, semi-passively. All my tips and tricks, everything that I know. And yeah, and I'll just teach you everything that I'm doing. So yeah, if you want to do that, you can. You can DM me on Instagram for that. If you want to just learn how to grow your YouTube channel to at least just get started, you know what I mean? I'm not saying I'm gonna make you get a million subscribers or nothing like that, obviously. But I'm just saying, I'll help you get started. I'll help you start making money, and I'll help you start making thousands of dollars a month. You know what I mean? I'll teach you the information that will lead you there, and then all you need to do is put in the hustle to make it happen. That's all it takes. This is not like a rocket science thing. I did it. I mean, I'm very smart, but there's other people who did the same thing better than me too, who are not even that smart. You know what I mean? Like, well, they are pretty smart too, but still, you can do this. Okay, you're smart. You're watching this. You know the truth. You're here to see the truth. You're smart. I got faith in you. So yeah, DM me on IG for a consultation. Check out the Patreon if you enjoyed this video. Like the video. Link to our Patreon's in the description. This note's right here. Be easy, y'all.